ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। तौ संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते। तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनाल्लेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः। Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's Bhakti Sandarbha session. So I hope all of you are fine. Only 4 students, 5. So we were discussing about Ananya Bhakti. So in the last class, voice is audible? Is clear? Yes. So in the last class, what was the discussion? Where we stopped?
You last complete the even Padma Purana also said the 6:17:199. It is said, giving up all dharma and simply chanting the Lord names, the devotee is attain the goal that those who follow dharma cannot achieve.
Yeah. What is that? Tell me again.
Summary total proof. Previous class.
Not summary of previous class. Last what you said just now. Can you repeat?
You last is that is one more objection. He's a king also dealing with before these things. How Ananya Bhakti is done, that is said in Vishnu Purana. Last thing Padma Purana said. Jiva Goswami also said that giving up all dharmas and simply chanting the Lord names, the devotee easily attain the goal, his goal, and that is also Jiva Goswami established. He also said, who has the Shraddha, he is qualified for the Ananya Bhakti. He is not qualified for karma. Those who are devotees.
Yes. Okay, what else? Anyone? Others? Just some point actually. Ananya Bhakti, who should?
Hare Krishna.
So, what is Ananya Bhakti? Who is telling?
Hare Krishna.
Remembering the Lord's name uninterruptedly and seeing everywhere the presence of the Lord. No one other than Him.
It is not broken. No? Sure. So that means he is always endeavoring to do the bhakti all the time. But of course, he may sometimes get this some material attraction. So then that material attraction maybe is not forever. It may be the time being. Dukko darkan garhayan. So he might be accepting those material desires and enjoying, but still Dukko darkan. That means garhayan. He was feeling heinous about that. Okay. Yes, this is the condition. Ananya Bhakti is uninterrupted and unmotivated. That
I
is
could
the.
not hear you. I could not hear. Prabhuji said feeling heinous. Means repenting. Okay.
Repent. Feeling that means heinous, this activity, enjoying this material thing, material desire is. Garhayan means what? So heinous. Feeling heinous about enjoying material desire. Being a devotee of the Ananya Bhakta of the Lord. So now he is enjoying material desires. Then how he feel at that time? So he repents. While repenting, he enjoys, also he repents because of his fall down. Fall down means it's not fall down, but it is. So anyabhilashta sunyam. So anyabhilashta sunyam is indicating what? Ahaituki. Gnana karma dhyanavarta is indicating apratihata. Ahaituki apratihata. You can say like this also. There is one more way of defining the pure devotional service. Ahaituki apratihata. Okay. So this kind of definition also you can give. So Bharata Maharaj is being a king. So how he is doing this kind of, so apratihata means uninterrupted. If you see this Rajiv Goswami's commentary on the Anyavilasha Sunyam, he establishes. So there, Anyavilasha Sunyam means ahaituki, Gnana karma dhyanavarta means apratihata, uninterrupted devotional service. Okay. So where there is no covering of jnana and karma. That means it should not be interrupted. The direct devotional activity. That means the devotional activity which is that Swarupa itself is devotion. It's not that that is a material activity and offered to the Lord and then it became devotion. No, not that activity. So here, the direct devotional activity, yes, is not continuously devotion, is not stopped by jnana and karma. It is not stopped by jnana and karma. That is the meaning. Jnana karma dhyanavrutam means that direct devotional activity which is not stopped by jnana and karma. Jnana and karma. So, in the case of Bharata Maharaj and how he is doing such a devotion, being a king, he is always identifying himself as king and doing the activities. So, material activities, that so duties of the king. But he is doing all those while chanting 24 hours all the time Krishna's names. Even in the dream also he was chanting. That's why he is doing the Ananya Bhakti. Okay. Even in the case of Arjuna also, he was doing so continuously a remembrance of the Lord. So like that, Srila Jiva Goswami established Bharata Maharaj's case. So tad ikshanat shuddha bhaktitvam angikrutam katamchit kriyamanamapi tannamneva krutam ityavagatescha sarvatra tad ikshanat shuddha bhaktitvam angikrutam. Somehow or other, he is doing all other activities, but along with the holy names only he was doing. So that's why we should accept sarvatra tad ikshanat. That means everywhere we are seeing, in the case of Bharata Maharaj, taking the holy names. So that's why we should accept Bharata Maharaj's devotion is a Shuddha Bhakti. It is not mixed with any Jnana and Karma. Okay. You'll go further. I sent some videos to make you to understand. So Prabhupada's lecture. I will keep on sending those lectures, that kind of lectures. And what Srila Prabhupada was, how many of you heard those lectures? That lecture? 2 lectures, I see. 1. Only 1, 2. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 students. 6. So I request all of you to hear. There Srila Prabhupada was, what he was saying, he was telling about the material world, present society, how the present society is. Present society is full of so materialistic and modern civilization forgot the Supreme Lord. It forgot the Supreme Lord, the society, and simply acting on the material pleasure. So then that kind of society, so what kind of bhakti can do? Can they do now Ananya Bhakti? Immediately, can you bring to that stage? So can you say that can you expect? So after coming in contact with the Vaishnavas, immediately can take up. Maybe some are taking up, like we are sitting in our class, great souls. They are all Shuddha Bhaktas. But otherwise, it's not practical actually. What Srila Prabhupada was saying, the preaching strategy. Before coming to the Ananya Bhakti, what kind of bhakti one is doing? Huh? What kind of, before entering either Jnana or either Karma, what kind of bhakti one will be doing? Huh? Mother Rohini.
Loka parampara.
No. What kind of bhakti? I don't say Shraddha.
Arop Siddha.
Aropsita. That means karmarpanam. What is the before stage? Srila Jiva Goswami is saying, what can be the maximum expected? Because you see, the psychology of the society, you see. The psychology of the society is now, till now, they are interested in the material results. So at least you can expect them so to offer their work, their results of their work to the Lord. First of all, even before that, what is expected from them? They should come to the stage of spirituality, understanding of spirituality. They should understand that this life is continued from the previous life. This life is continued from the previous life, and this whatever existence we have in the society is based upon previous karma. And that karma is carried through the soul. And that's why I got this position. And that's why what is expected from the society? Varnashrama is expected. Human civilization starts with what? Human civilization starts with Varnashram society. That is the Vedic culture, actually. That's a fundamental phenomenon, fundamental point, actually. So that is expected for every society. All the entire the world has to be organized like that. There is so need of that. Otherwise, they are not human beings. They are not at all human beings. Then after that, Srila Prabhupada, that's why he's saying, one has to, that means, come to the platform of Varnashrama Dharma. And in that Varnashrama Dharma, what is happening? They will be accepting the respective duties. So to participate in the society, everyone should be shared with some kind of service. That thing can be shared based upon their quality. Then after that, so they should understand that this position, whatever I am having, and whatever the thing is given to me, that body and the soul, everything is belong to the Lord Vishnu, and I should offer my results of work to the Lord. That's why Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radokshaje Ahaituk Apratihata Eyatma Suprasidati. That means Ahaitiki Apratihata, whenever you hear, you should understand Anyabilasa Sunyam Gnana Karma Janavrutam. So what is said there, what Sutta Goswami is saying, when one is having the prescribed duties, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo, that means he is following his prescribed duties for the satisfaction of the Lord. Then what is going to happen? That is bringing the yataha bhakti. That means from that bhakti is coming. There, what is the meaning of bhakti there? Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. And yato bhakti adokshaje, and that Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. So by that Ruchi, what is going to happen? One will be doing Ahaituki Apratihata Bhakti. That is Ananya Bhakti. This is the system actually given by the Acharyas. So at least society should be in the position of offering their results of activities to the Lord. Otherwise, that is not a society at all. No society. That is not a society. It's a demonic society, that is. And Prabhupada was saying, people try to build the classless society there. Who is thinking like this to build the classless society? They don't want any classes. So who are those? Who are those? Socialist. Socialist in the society. Socialism. You know socialism? There was, first of all, capitalism was there in the 19th century, early days. When industrial revolution started, in early So decades of the 19th century in world, what happened? So people invented the various machines. So from that machinery, they started the industries. And from those industries, they started producing the various goods and selling. So that class of people are known as what? Capitalist. And they started using the labor right and left fully. They started exploiting the labor class just to give the, so just to get their profit. They are addicted to the profit. So that's why whole society is at that time is fully ruled by the dominated by the capitalism. So then after that, what happened? So whenever there is exploitation in the society, there will be a revolution. This is the phenomena actually. This is a general phenomenon. So that is a natural phenomenon. So then what happened? This labor class, they started saying that, no, we don't accept this kind of capitalism. We want equal rights. That is known as socialism. All the resources are belonging to everyone. We are all one. No one is superior. So that is a socialism. And they try to build so such a society, there are no classes. So if you see Indian constitution also is having the same phenomena. They want to build the social society, which is having the feature of socialist. So that's why you will be seeing the whole philosophy in the society is, that means all the politicians so are inclined to this. Anyway, so that's why Srila Prabhupada idea actually should understand the mood of the Srila Prabhupada. Don't just become a blind listeners. Try to understand how he is related to this, how his every sentence is related to the present situation at the time situation of the society. He is the master actually. He is a master blaster. Actually, he knows the Shastra very deeply, and also he knows the society very deeply actually. And that kind of spirit actually devotees has to gain. So Srila Prabhupada's lectures are very, very important. And that's why, because of that ideology was there in that West, that socialist ideas. So they came, the same ideas were accepted by our compilers of constitution. So that's why in Indian preamble, if you see, so what is that? Socialism, equality is expected actually, and that is the one of the feature of the constitution, equal rights. But what Vedic society is saying, what the Krishna system is saying, there is no equality. There should be classes, but there is equality. We can achieve that also on the level of spirit, on the level of soul, on the level of Krishna conscious. That means devotee. On the level of the Vaishnavism, we are all equal. Being a Vaishnava, everyone is having the equal opportunities. Being the part and parcel of the Krishna, so we are all equal. So that's why the real socialism is achieved when we accept Krishna conscious philosophy. And also the reality is we are not equal on the bodily level, and we are different. And our capacities are different. Our gender is different. Our intellectual power is different. So that's why there is a need of classes. So without having such a classes, then what will happen? The domination in the society will be taken by. So who will be dominating? These Sudras and Vaishyas. They will dominate. Actually, those should be controlled by Kshatriyas. So properly trained Kshatriyas. So this is the phenomena. Actually, this is the way to organize the society. In that society, one has to offer the results of their karma to the Lord. And then that is That is the initially expected from everyone actually. Because king is representative of the Lord and everything is belong to the Lord. But socialist, what they say, everything is belong to us. But everything is not belong to us. Everything is belonging to the Lord, Supreme Lord. And king is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And he will be giving the justification to everyone. He is doing the justification. He is making everyone to follow their respective dharmas, and everyone should elevate, should progress in spirituality. This is the society expected actually. And we are not denying the Ananya Bhakti, because ultimately one should come to the Ananya Bhakti. That means one's consciousness always should be engaged in Krishna consciousness, either by the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, whatever the way, by the direct devotional service. So that is the goal. That's why that way you have to you should create the society such a way so people can reach to that level. And after the Aropa Siddha, so one is along, that means one is offering their karma, results of their karma to the Lord, and also chanting. Then it is, but he is not fully chanting. That means 24 hours he is not able to chant. Then this kind of bhakti is known as Karma Mishra Bhakti. This kind of bhakti is known as Karma Mishra Bhakti. Like Bhakti Karma Mishra Bhakti is also once again 3 types. Sakama Karma Mishra Bhakti, Nishkama Karma Mishra Bhakti, Bhakti Matra Kama Karma Mishra Bhakti. When you make that performer to understand, so the pleasing the Lord is the goal of all those activities, offering the karma and also chanting. Then it is known as Bhakti Matra Kama Karma Mishra Bhakti. Anyway, you will be learning these things, and I will be giving exercises in the future classes also. I'll give the proper lectures and you should identify. So what is what? Try to understand the prime Acharya's mood and mission. Then you can feel that means the urgency of several things. Yes, Mataji. Archana Bhakti.
What is the difference between Aropa Siddha Bhakti and Sakama Karma Mishra Bhakti?
Yes, Mataji. So, Karma Mishra Bhakti, in Aropa Siddha Bhakti, there is no direct devotional activity, just doing the karma and offering, that's all.
Oh.
But in the Sakama Karma Mishra Bhakti, there he is doing the karma and also doing the bhakti. Bhakti means Sarupa Siddha Bhakti.
So then when you already said when devotees are asked to chant Hare Krishna, that's not Aropa Siddha Bhakti, right? That is Karma Mishra Bhakti.
And also doing their karma and offering the results. So that is known as Karma Mishra Bhakti. And when they do exclusively Sarupa Siddha Bhakti, then that is known as Ananya Bhakti.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to understand. You said Prabhupada's vision for the society is to at least to bring them to the platform of Varnashram, because that's the beginning of human civilization. So we don't see Prabhupada directly introducing Varnashram system in the beginning, because that's the beginning, right? First to bring them at least to that platform. Instead, we see he's directly giving them chanting Hare Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. How do we understand that?
Yeah. So whoever is having the faith, little faith, Komal Shraddha, that is Kanishta. If you hear the same lecture, so you can get those points also. So whoever is having some little Shraddha, so then they will be accepting, so chanting Hare Krishna. So that is the next. So that is the next level actually, if you see. That means even if you see the Narada Muni's first canto, 5th chapter, he is telling about his fast life. So what he was instructed actually by the sadhus. So at that, in that context, so you can see the karma mishra bhakti. So then after that, ananya bhakti, these three things, and also aroksita. So they're same, these three things also we can see there also. So then if some shraddha, little shraddha, if they have, not the drudha shraddha, if they have drudha shraddha, then they will leave the karma. That is the point actually. Tavat karmani kurvita, yavanna nirvidyati. So then they are eligible to leave the karma. But if they don't get such a shraddha, then they have only komal shraddha, then they will be doing the karma also. That is Kapil Dev also said. We discussed also, if you all remember actually. So now these people, our Krishna conscious people, by hearing by getting the association, if they come to the platform of Ananya Bhakti, good. If they come to the platform of Karma Bhakti, it is also Karma Bhakti is also good. But who is going to organize whole society? These people are going to organize.
Who? Which people?
We. That means who got a full faith, who are dedicated to the Lord. Those people are going to. So who is going to organize? That's why Prabhupada says. So this is attempt to create the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are needed in the society. So of course, someone is a Ananya Bhakta. So like Bharata Maharaj, he is also Ananya Bhakta and he is also king. We are not. So that means these activities are not rejected actually. They can do the activities and also they can remember the Krishna all the time. So such a people are going to divide the society. That's a whole. This is meant for whole world.
Yeah.
That means the prime leaders are created by initially. So who got the full Shraddha? So they are the leaders of the society. They will accept some role in the society, but so they know the definition of the pure devotional service. And to organize other society, yes. 1 second, I'll take Prabhu, your question, wait. Also, one more point. Today, just now, I got one message. Where is it? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing to his son, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, Sasi Thakur Goswami Maharaj. So Saraswati, so he is writing like this. You can see the screen. Saraswati, people of this world who are proud of their own aristocratic birth cannot attain real aristocracy. Therefore, they attack the pure Vaishnavas, saying they have taken birth in low-class families because of their sins. Thus, they commit offenses. The solution to this problem is to establish the order of Daiva Varnashrama Dharma. So, something you have started doing. You should know that to be real service to the Vaishnavas. Because pure devotional conclusions are not being preached, all kinds of superstitions and bad conceptions are being called devotion by such pseudo sampradayas as Sahaja and Adibari. Please always crush these anti-devotional concepts by preaching pure devotional conclusions and by setting an example through your personal conduct. Yeah. So this is the ultimately actually any system should not stop to progress on in Ananya Bhakti. That is not a proper, that is the in whole Vedic system is meant for elevating the soul to the highest level actually. So that's why it should not be interrupted, should not be stopped. But that is the situation. That's the way Prabhupada was envisioning the society, how to lead it. Okay, Rambhadra Pri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Yes, Pranam Prabhu.
Yes, two questions I had, Prabhuji, regarding the quote what you showed and the discussion which you have been having. One is when we speak about implementing it in the society, are we speaking about implementing within ISKCON society or within the outside world? Because when we give references of kings, the kings were the ones who established this Varnashram because they were rulers. Now today in scenarios, the politicians are ruling. So what is the implementation plan, whether it is within the society of ISKCON or within the outside world? Because no more the kings are there. The governments only can implement it. It's not practically possible to implement it if we are not in power. So that is one. And what is the strategy for it to implement? And can you give some practical examples of any right now given in situation ISKCON where something like this is being working? Like I am giving some example, like say everyone has his nature, and he is doing his he's using his skill in, like I'm giving example of a carpenter because I've seen this practically in our farm. He's like doing his skills of doing carpentry. He's doing it full time there, and he's at the same time he's like a full-time devotee, staying in the community and practicing hearing and chanting all the time. So whatever nature he has, he's engaging that propensity, skill set, so that because he cannot 24 hours do only chanting, and at the same time he's practicing pure devotional service. So how exactly is the strategy? And the second aspect is we want to have a clear understanding of these three terms. There is one Daivi Varnashram, which we hear speaking by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur first. The Asuri Varnashram, which is there because Varnashram is the eternal principle, and the Varnashram, and how extracting from the Varnashram system we accept these principles which are conducive to Krishna consciousness. That's what they mentioned. So these also, if you could clarify, it will be nice.
Yes, bro. These are all is with discussion, but strategies Prabhupada himself gave. So every temple is an educational center. So he expected everyone to undergo the certain skills based upon their guna and karma. So based upon their especially guna. So that's why he asked to have every temple Varnashrama college. And so that's why that is the duty of the leader of the temple. So to have such a training for their congregation, and then those people has to be properly, safely trained and accommodated in such a place so they can practice their occupation, and also they practice the devotional service, and as much as their consciousness raises, so very soon they will come to the stage of Ananya Bhakti. And that is the strategy given by the Srila Prabhupada. Because people are not trained, then you cannot expect anything from them. So training and education is important. So that is a point. Then for that, what he said, from where you should get training. So wherever, so books are there and skills are there in the society, and gather those, and so arrange those programs, training programs for your devotees. Then we can build that kind of society. That is strategy. Then after that, so Daiva Varnashram Dharma, and yeah, so it's based upon Daiva Varnashram Dharma is These are all based upon the consciousness. So as much as one is progressing in the devotion, he will be leaving the all the karma. So that he simplifies his lifestyle and he goes as much as is evolution of the consciousness. So Daiva Varnashrama Dharma or anything is evolution. You can see on the level of evolution of the consciousness. So if you have a structure, general structure, so as much as consciousness, like you see, so Bharata Maharaj is in the Varnashram system and also he is Ananya Bhakta. So what made the difference? The difference is majorly what? The consciousness is the difference. So that is the thing. You might be seeing in the Dharma Shastra, our Pandavas are following so many rules and regulations based upon the Varna. So, but how to understand the following of those and also the being the Ananya Bhaktas of the Lord. So that's why Ananya Bhakti is not stopped by anything actually. So that is the system. And yes, we can accept the principles of the regular system, Varna and Ashram. Yes, which are favorable. Yes, we say that which are favorable. We don't need to have the so much complex. Yeah, it's also not a one minute definition. I cannot give just one line definition, but this is the example. Whatever the discussion we are seeing, so from the examples we can understand that so consciousness is raised, so that everyone is accommodated, and automatically, so once consciousness is raising, so they is coming to the next class, next stage. So that is the previously followed system. That is, we don't say that Ananya Bhaktas are not there in the society. Today only we are going to create. Even in the previously, in the time immemorial, so devotees are there. Prahlad Maharaj was there. Prahlad Maharaj was there. Ambarish Maharaj was there. Okay, we will discuss even many things are there here. So what is that is a strategy, and also devotees, yes, until Prabhupada emphasizes, especially to start, we need the proper Kshatriyas actually. Very important thing is Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So that class is not really created actually. Kshatriyas means who will be knowing properly the present society's the subtleties, how the society is functioning. And society is not at all, we should understand. So whatever democratic system we have, so this constitutionalism and democracy, this is only for last 100 years or 150 years history it is having. So that's why revolution is always possible actually. Only thing is you should bring the awareness in the society. So you should bring the revolution, that revolution is nothing but Krishna conscious movement. That is the Prabhupada. Again and again he says how the revolution, because they had this whatever the present leaders. So if you see their concepts, so are having the imperfections. They want to build the liberal society. They want to build the equal. They want to bring the equality, and they want to give the liberty for everyone. So all these features are possible only by Krishna consciousness. And other way, just it is exploitation. So then what is the needed to bring the revolution in the society? Education is needed. Preach. We should preach in a right manner actually. We should strike to the right point actually to the audience. Then they will understand the importance. Otherwise, they will think that these Krishna conscious people just know the temple and they know how to run the temple and they make prasadam and they dance chanting, that's all. They don't have any capacity of building a society. So that became the impression in the society now. But Prabhupada's movement, this Krishna conscious movement, is not like that. If we hear the Prabhupada's lectures, so bringing the revolution in the society. This is the vision of the Srila Prabhupada, mood and mission of the Prabhupada. So we can see his letters to other politicians. So Sankirtan movement, temple entry movement, initiation movement, and after that he said classless society, the word classless society. Why? So by saying this word, people will be attracted actually. Everyone, all the leaders, so they are interested in this. By saying the word classless society, people, they make the vote back. But how to achieve that? So, but they don't know that. They are artificially trying to achieve. But in reality, we can achieve through the Krishna consciousness. Okay. We'll just continue our discussion. So that's why, according to the audience, we should preach. That is the important point. What I want to say from the Prabhupada's lecture. So, how to encourage the people towards the final goal? That should be properly known. We should not be confused by ourselves, and we should not confuse others. So, explain the process as it is clearly. Then people will be easily progressing. Okay, we'll be continuing our discussion. किंतु श्रद्धा असद्भाव एव कथं ज्ञायते इति विचार्यम्. श्रद्धा सद्भाव एव कथं ज्ञायते इति विचार्यम्. Okay, till now we understood that someone, whoever is having the shraddha, so they are eligible to do so ananya bhakti, and whoever, and also they are eligible to leave the karma. They are no more adhikari for the karma. So that they are no more adhikari for, adhikari means is eligible person for karma, because he got the ananya bhakti, he got shraddha in bhakti. So what is the meaning of shraddha? So bhakti is the only the one method which can give the highest result. So such a belief he got, then finish. So he is no more eligible for karma. Then king should not force him to follow his duties. So kintu, then how to know that shraddha is there with him? How one can know? Katham jnayate? So then there are the symptoms. Tatra cha lingatvena purve sharanapattir upadishtaiva. So then what is the symptom of the shraddha? How to know what is the symptom of the fever? So your body temperature will be increasing. That is a symptom. So then similarly, the symptom of shraddha already is discussed. What is that? That is sharanapatti. Yes, sharanapattir upadishta eva. Yasyam cha sharanapattau vakshamanani anukulyasya sankalpaha ityadini. So, okay, how to know sharanapatti then? What are these indications of sharanapatti, surrenderance? So what are those? Anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjana. Rakshishyati iti viswaso goptrutve varnam tata atmanikshepa karpanya shadvida sharanagatihi. These are the 6 symptoms or characteristics, 6 characteristics of sharanapatti. In these 6, one is the Angi and other 5 are the Anga. Goptrutve Varnam is having the same meaning of surrenderance. So that's why it is Angi, and remaining 5 are Angas, limbs. We will be discussing this in the Anuscheda number 236. So that's why that is a very few soon we'll be getting. So we are not going in detail of this. So this much. So just what is the point? How to know? So one got the Shraddha, that is known by the Sharanapati. And how to know Sharanapati? What are the characteristics of the Sharanapati? Symptoms. Once again, symptoms of Sharanapati you can see as these 6. Lingani means indicators otherwise. These 6 are the indicators of Sharanapati. Like red light is an indicator to stop the traffic, to wait the traffic. Traffic will wait by seeing the red light. Red light is the indicator. Similarly, what is the indicator for the Sharanapati? Is 6. So ityadini lingani tatha vyavahara karpanyadhyabhavopi shraddha lingam gneyam. So one more symptom you can see for Sharanapati, or one more indicator. So Shraddha Lingam Gneyam, indicator of the Shraddha. What is that one more? Vyavahara Karpanyadhyabhavaha. That means, Karpanya means, so becoming pity. Example, I am helpless, I don't have anything, and like this. I am meek. So this is known as, and without you I cannot live, and you are my savior, and you are great, and I am nothing. This kind of expression is known as Karpanyam. Paramakaruniko na bhavat paraha. Paramachochyatamo nacha matparaha.
Roji, can you share the screen if it is possible so that we can coordinate?
Yes, brother. Second, I will show. This only now. This is. So, that means expressing his, becoming object for someone's pity. That is known as Karpanya. So, if one is not having such a Karpanyam, if one is not becoming object for someone's pity in day-to-day life, this is also symptom of Shraddha. Yes or no? We all become, that means if in the day-to-day who are not devotees, they always take shelter of someone. They accept someone as master, and he become humble towards me. So my boss, my boss is ordering me to do this. My boss gave this service. My boss tell the. So like this, uh, they show actually they try to become object for someone's pity, someone's pet. They will become someone's pet. So if in anyone, if that is not there, that means he was not becoming object for the worldly people's pity, then this is also symptom of Shraddha. This is also indicator of Shraddha. Okay. Shastram hi tataiva Shraddham utpadayati. Then how the Shraddha comes? By the understanding the Shastra. So with the association of devotees. Krishna himself is saying, you see, Ananyaschintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Shastram hi tathaiva shraddham utpadayati. Shastra, scriptures produces Shraddha. So scriptures produces Shraddha. That's why Satam Prasangatmam Avirya Samvido. So you'll be hearing that. Bhavant Hutkarna Rasayana. Tadjoshana Dasha Pavargavatmani Shraddha Rakti. Pratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. One will get Shraddha by continuously hearing Shravana in the association of the devotees. Otherwise, others' association, if you hear the scriptures, then they will give another conclusions, false conclusions. Then you will be misguided actually. So that's why we should hear from the devotees. Hear from the devotees. They will give the right understanding of the scriptures. So you see, if you see Bhagavad Gita, this sloka, after reading this sloka, what you are understanding? Can anyone read the meaning of this sloka, translation? Ananyas Chintayantam.
For devotees who are exclusively devoted to me, who are absorbed in thinking of me, who worship me consummately, and who are thus ever united in me, I provide all necessities and preserve what they have.
Yes, thank you. So devotees who are exclusively worshipping the Lord, Ananyas Chintayantoma, they are not thinking even other thing. Only they are always thinking Lord. Ananyaha, Ananyas Chintayanta. That means they are not thinking. Na Anya means other. Na Anya means Ananya. Ananyas Chintayanta Mam. That means they are always thinking me. Whoever is always thinking me and worshipping, Tesham, their Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. I will take the responsibility of welfare. Vahamyaham. Vahami means I carry their welfare, welfareness. So Lord is saying. So this kind of promising statements of the law, by hearing and by when this asambhavana and viparita bhavanas are finished, first of all, one should have the faith on Krishna. Existence of Krishna, one should have faith. Till now, people are thinking that so scientists are the major and their philosophy, their science is the highest. So they are thinking that, so this science is the highest thing. Scientists are the great. They are the creators of everything. This viparita bhavana they are having. They don't accept Krishna as the supreme cause of the all causes. They accept something as cause of this creation. So then that is a viparita bhavana actually. So all these viparita bhavanas, asambhavanas, when they go by the properly associating the sadhus, so Vaishnavas, devotees. So when they hear and when they, so Shravanam and Mananam, when they do Mananam, that's very important. Mananam is very important. Deliberating on the subject matter. It helps us to understand the subject matter deeply. And then one will get the Shraddha. And just by offering the results of the karma to the Lord, one will be getting the, so taste for the Lord, taste for the Vasudeva Katha. Both will increase by association and by offering. I am saying for the general society, if someone is immediately accepted and is doing the service, it's good. We don't reject that. So Kincha,
taste for Vasudev Katha Ruchi, that is also Shraddha?
That is not Shraddha actually, but that is a beginner. Actually, one who is getting Ruchi, they can also enter into the devotion. Ruchi Pradhana and Vichara Pradhana. We already discussed that in Bhakti Rasamrisa.
Okay.
Kincha Shraddhavataha Purushasya Bhagavas Sambandhi Dravya Jati Guna Kriyanam Shastre Shruyamaneshu Aihika Vyavaharika Prabhaveshwapi Na Katamchit Anashvaso Bhavati. Shraddhavatah Purushasya. That means someone who has faith. So they don't get any unbelief even by seeing the Lord's, so some objects like related to the Lord, like Lord's body, or the way Lord's caste, Lord's qualities, Lord's activities. Of course, they look ordinary activities. They look ordinary, and one who is having the Shraddha, he will not consider that objects are ordinary and their power is also ordinary. The power of those objects which are related to the Lord. Example, Lord's guna, Lord's activities, kriya means activities, so and so. Dravya means like charanamritam. So substance related to the Lord means like charanamritam, so and so. Charanamritam, how it looks? It's simply a water and some milk or something water. It's a milk water. It looks very common. But one who is having this Shraddha, he never get any unbelief in the power of that object. That means Charanamritam, Shastra might be saying. So that means Charanamritam will be purifying the heart. One will be freed from all the sins by drinking Charanamritam. It looks very ordinary. But person who is having this Shraddha, he never get any unbelief in the power of those objects which are related to the Lord. That is the further Kincha means further information we are giving. the person who got this Shraddha, how he looks. So for that we are saying this. Tatah तासु प्राकृत द्रव्यादि साधारण दृष्ट्या दोष विशेष अनुसंधानतो न कदाचित् अप्रवृत्तिः स्यात्. What else? Tatah tasu means in those objects related to the Lord. Prakrita dravyadi sadharana drishtya, considering those also as normal objects. Dosha vishesha anusandhanataha, and also claiming all the doshas which are there in the material objects, same doshas claiming into that objects which are related to the Lord. Na kadachid apravrittihi syat, claiming and not accepting those. So such a thing he will not do. Understand? That means in those objects which are related to the Lord, in those objects, having the material vision and claiming the material qualities, material faults in those objects, and leaving those, this he will not do. The person who got Shraddha. Yes.
Something like NOI verse, Drushte Swabhava Janita Vapusche.
Example is given here by Sri Jiva Goswami. You want an example?
The Ganga example he gives there in that.
Ganga example. Yes.
Something
Ganga
like
example.
right?
Yes, absolutely. And also Vaishnava's body. So pure Vaishnavas, but we might be seeing diseases in their body. And one should not consider their body is material. It looks, devotee's body is also like ordinary person's body. And also, so there will be a disease. There might be a disease. And person who has faith, he will not see. So he will not think that this body is material, and also it is affected by this ill, and that's why it is material body, and that's why he will not consider him as pure Vaishnava. So this thing he will not do. Person who has Shraddha, he will not do like that. Also, example is generally people who doesn't know the glory of the Ganges, they think by seeing the foam in the Ganges, this is contaminated water. I should not touch. Generally, foam means contamination. Even in our water also, glasses, if something bubbles are there, then we throw it. Foam means contamination. So, but in the Ganges, you might be seeing this much, a lot of foam. So, generally, then what we should think? Then this water is also contaminated. That's a pure. Similarly, externally, we might be seeing some kinds of defects in the Vaishnavas. So, but one should not consider or should not think that they are also ordinary. Their body is ordinary. Guru's body is ordinary. So, because Shraddha, one who has Shraddha, so he will not think it is ordinary. If one is thinking and also is believing that it is ordinary, then it is a symptom that he doesn't have any proper Shraddha. That's the point. Techa tadrisha prabhavaha. So see, the objects which are related to the Lord, they have the magnanimous qualities, magnanimous power. So, of course, it looks normal. Sometimes you might be seeing, oh, sometimes that Charanamrita is kept for 1 or 2 days. So maybe it is giving this some smell. Some kind of gandha might be coming. Then, then Charanamritam also, by seeing that quality, definitely it is not having any quality of purifying all the sins. If one is getting such a belief, then he is not having the proper Shraddha. But who is having proper Shraddha? So he will never unbelieve in the power of that object. Akala mrityushamanam sarva vyadi vinashanam sarva dukkopashamanam haripadodakam shubham. Akala mrityushamanam. What is it? Haripadodakam. Haripadodakam means the water coming from the lotus feet of the Lord. That's Charanamritam. How Charanamritam? Akala mrityu shamanam. It finishes. Akala mrityu. That means accidental death, unexpected death. Sarva vyadi vinasham. It also finishes all the diseases. If you drink Charanamrita, there is no need to take any medicine. Sarva dukkopashamanam. Also, one will be free from all miseries. Subham, it is auspicious. This is the power of the Charanamritam, and the person who has Shraddha, he will never unbelieve in this power of Charanamrita. Example, this is Kechittu Tatra Tatra Shraddhavantopi Swaparada Doshena Samprati Tatphalam Noda iti Stagitayante. But some people, they might be having Shraddha in those Swaparada Doshena Samprati Tatphalam Nodati iti Stagitayante. Stagitayante means they are stopped. They have Shraddha, but after hearing this kind of statements, but they are not seeing that kind of power of that object of the related to the Lord. They got the fever and now they drank the Charanamrita, but fever didn't go. Then what they will do? They will not be believing in this statement. Stagitayante. They are stopped. Why they are not able to see the effect of the Charanamrita in his case? Because Swaparada dosha of the offenses. So Bhakti Maharani will not manifest her glories. The manifestation of the glories of Bhakti Maharani is directly proportional to the eradication of aparadas, offenses. So one who is having the many more offenses than this. But it's not that it's not mandatory. This is only the cause. Sometimes the great devotee, so in his case also, we may not be seeing the effects this kind of results. That in their case, Bhakti Maharani doesn't want to, of course, he doesn't have any offenses, but still she doesn't want to manifest her glory so easily, so that otherwise people start using her for the silly reasons. Many things are there, many reasons. Or other Lord doesn't want to increase his devotion. So many reasons. But in general, in our case, at least in my case, offenses. Due to offenses. This will. The glories of, so otherwise, the power of the bhakti is not manifesting, which is already said in the scriptures, but practically it is not manifesting in my life. But one has to think that because of my offenses. It's not that I am great devotee, but Lord is now testing my my eagerness. That condition should not apply for us. Then that is not the humble position. But for others, you should apply like it. For others, you should apply that they are great, but Lord's will is to test, or other to increase their eagerness, or other way to make them to remember the Lord more. Like Kunti Maharani, so she was deserving. She was requesting to give more difficulties like that. So they also maybe requested that style. It's not that I give Charanamrita, but no effect for him. He has offenses. If you think like that, Gaya काम से, you will be the offender then. You will be increasing your. So that's why even in the Madhurya Kadamini we have seen, in the pure Vaishnava's case, better to, so try to comment whatever the situation, so that you will not be doing any offense. That's why you see in the Vishwanath Chakra Thakur's commentary on the many places, in the Vaishnava's case, he always say that it's not offense, it is because of Lord's will, so they to increase their eagerness, like that only he comments. But Srila Jiva Goswami, out of mercy, actually, he describes that situation in all the ways. It can be the offense also, it can be this also, so that he's alarming us. That is also the intention of Jiva Goswami, is not that just to offend those Vaishnavas, but so he is teaching us to see the danger of the offenses. Example, that's a Bharata Maharaj's case. So also Jiva Goswami also gives both options. Some people think like this, because of offenses Bharata Maharaj fell down, that also he gives, and because of to test his intensity, or either to increase his intensity of the devotion, it is given like that also. So like that. Better all the time you take the safe side. Don't judge in a negative way. Then there is a good chance of committing offense. Next. यत्तु यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं स बाह्याभ्यन्तरशुचिः इत्यादौ श्रद्धानाः अपि स्नानादिकम् आचरन्ति तत्खलु श्रीमन्नारदव्यासादि सत्परम्पराचार्यो गौरवादेव अन्यथा तद अतिक्रमे अपि अपराधः स्यात्. Now one more point. Purvapakshi is asking one interesting point to you. Babu, Hare Krishna. So, very nice. You every day, so, Om Apavitro Pavitrova, this mantra you, all the day you, many times. You utter this mantra. By uttering this mantra, what is happening? So, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. By uttering the holy name, Bahyabhyantara Shuchihi. One is purified internally and also externally also. Abhyantara, Bahya, Abhyantara. Bahya means externally, that means physically. The physical body is also clean. And also internal body, that is subtle body. So that is heart. Heart is also clean. That is the effect of this mantra. So by remembering the Sri Vishnu, Vishnu name, so it is purifying. It's purifying externally and also internally. Then what is the need of going for the bathing? Then why you are taking bath? every day. You should read this mantra, finish, come to the Mangalarati. So you are bathing means you don't have any Shraddha in this mantra. Huh? So Purupakshi is saying like that. Why you are bathing? Why you are taking bath? Tell me. Rangamaya Prabhu. Why you are bathing? This mantra is purifying or not? Is cleaning? Yes, Mata, Archana Bhakti Mataji.
Prabhuji, so that that laziness is removed when we are practicing.
Yeah. So, yeah, Purupakshi can say like that. If taking this mantra itself is sufficient, why you are taking bath? So that means you are not believing in this statement. That means you don't have faith on the Lord's name. But the answer is, of course, that is true. But Vyasa Narada Parampara. So Vyasadev and Narada, that's Pancharatra Vidhi, and Vyasadev also in the many scriptures, he compiled all the so books, Puranas, Itihasas, and in there he discussed a lot of sadachar, right conduct. That means every day one should take bath early morning. So all these things, so this Narada Muni also gave in his Pancharatra Vidhi. So before going to the Lord's Archanam, so one should clean his body by these materials, by water and by other things. All these are given by these great rishis, the devotees, Vaishnavas. Of course, no. What? Do they know or not the glory of the Vishnu's name? But still, why they give? They give so to remove the laziness of the people. Kadaryata. So bad conduct. So for that they give, and that's why we should follow their sentences. They said to bathe. Narada Muni said in Pancharatra Vidhi, Veda said in the other Shastras. So then we have to follow the Acharyas, the path given by the Acharyas. So the parampara they created. We are the followers of Vyasadeva and Narada Muni. Narada Muni, Vyasadeva, all are our parampara. We are followers of them. So being a follower of them, whatever the path is given by them, whatever the right conduct is given by them, that has to be followed. Otherwise, it is offense. Otherwise, it is offense. So that's why, of course, the Lord's, we have Shraddha in the holy name, and that can purify the body externally and also internally. But still, so to save ourselves from the offense towards our acharyas who gave the sadachar, so we take bath. That is the answer. So then why they gave then? You may get doubt. They couldn't have given of bathing such instruction, bathing every day. But they gave this method, the bathing, this kind of sadachar. Of course, holy name can do just for the purpose of what? Kadarya vrutyadi nirodhayaiva stapitavantah iti gneyam. In general, society is having a lot of laziness. So to remove that laziness, so standards of daily life. So that's why we should follow. That is the reason. Kincha, only last one line, huh? Okay, we'll keep here. 8-5. This is another. Any questions or anything? Okay. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेम।
This Venugopal Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki
सर्वेश्वर
jai.
श्याम सुंदर प्रभु, वेरी सर्वेश्वर श्याम सुंदर प्रभु,
His Grace Venugopal Prabhu ki jai.
सर्वेश्वर श्याम सुंदर प्रभु is in Govardhan or somewhere.
He's in Govardhan, bro.
He's not coming for classes. Ask him to call me.
Sandarbha, don't know, but actually he's going with my father, or maybe
Where he's going with your father?
hospital, bro.
That's your mother, your grandmother's health is not good.
Yeah, she has gangrene actually in legs, maybe some because of some ulcers, diabetic food ulcers in her legs. Yes.
Okay.
Bhakti
Ask
about
him to
this
call
one.
me.
Yes,
Ask
bro.
him to call me. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki